Baruchim Aboyim, welcome everyone to the latest edition of Daf Discussions. Today we will be discussing Masechta Shabbos Daf Chav Beis and Yonah Muktzah on chol hamoed and Huktzeh Lemitzvoso, which is a very complicated sukkah. And let's dive right in. The Gemara brings down there's a din Muktzah by Noy Sukkah and by Ner Chanukah. You're not allowed to have Hano next to the Ner Chanukah. The Gemara says the Makor is from Dam. Avud the cooling Dam. That it says, Shavach v'chisa, you're not allowed to mechasa with your regal because it's shloyeh mitzvahs b'zuyas olav. So too, you're not allowed to have a no from Ner Chanukah or Noy Sukkah because it's b'zoyin ha-mitzvah. Tosfos asks, it's mashma from here that Noy Sukkah, the Isser, is b'zoyin ha-mitzvah, nothing else. In fact, Tosfos, that's not true. The Gemara in Kira says that it's as far of migudis katzayid, it's a din muktzah, not just b'zoyin ha-mitzvah, it's a regular din muktzah. So Tosfos says you need both dinim. You need a din of muktzah, and you need a din of zayin mitzvah. So if it will just be because of muktzah, like that muktzah is only on Yom Tov mamish, not a chol hamoed. So you need b'zayin ha-mitzvah, then even a chol hamoed is also. Now if it would just be b'zayin ha-mitzvah by itself, then once it falls, there's no more b'zayin ha-mitzvah, it's not muktzah l'mitzvah. By shaking now that it also is far of muktzah, so even when it falls, it's also. But now the shaila, what if it falls on chol hamoed? If it falls on chol hamoed, you don't have this far of muktzah because now Yom Tov. And there's no b'zayin ha-mitzvah. So Zokt Marsha in Chanami, if it falls on chol hamoed, it's taka mutter. As we learned, that's how the Marsha learns Tosfos, and it's mashma in some Rishonim like that. However, a lot of achronim, the Taz in Simon Chaf Aleph and others, they bring down from other Rishonim that on chol hamoed it would be usher even by nafal. Now the svara is shver l'cher chol hamoed there shouldn't be muktzah misvara, but the way the Taz, the Pri Megadim is masber. The Taz, this is a Pri Megadim over here again in Simon Chaf Aleph, Yosef and Aleph Mishpat Zov. He says the Sphirele, the chol hamoed gamkin tzas yomtiv. So it's some kind of tzirif. You make some sort of tzirif that it's yomtiv of chol hamoed together with bizui mitzvah. Bizui mitzvah itself, you wouldn't have that svar. Okay. Now the Ma'aseh Choshev in the Shar Melech, he asks a kasha on the Maharsha. He says, how can you tell me there's no muktzah on chol hamoed? In fact, there we have a Tosfos who brings down the bais, which is really a shiltas. Tosfos Mem Daled. The bais state that the nearest of Chanukah, the oil, even after Yom Tov is aser because it's Huktzeh Lemitzvoso. So, in fact, the Ma'aseh Choshev, how could a ner Chanukah after Yom Tov be worse than on chol hamoed, which is miyuchah on chol hamoed, the Noy Sukkah? So now, which is, if you think about it, that Tosfos is a plea. How is it possible to have muktzah after Chanukah? There's no longer this man ha-mitzvah. How is it shaykh muktzah? It's not Huktzeh Lemitzvoso anymore. So if you look into Rishonim, that goes Mordechai, he says the svara is because that the ner Chanukah is different. That you're miyachid it for a hanoah of kiloi, that you plan on finishing the entire ner, all the oil. So therefore, the thing is, you're maktzah in ganzen midaite. So mash'en kain, other thing, let's say no sukkah, lav dafka, that a person is maktzah in ganzen midaite. You could plan using it eventually later. So that's why ner Chanukah has a special thing that it's shaykh muktzah. But l'chayra, it's still shver because how is it possible such a musig of muktzah b'chlal? Muktzah is isser on Yom Tov or on Shabbos. How is it shaykh muktzah? So l'chayra, you should say that it's nichlal in the svara of bizui mitzvah. It's taka not muktzah. It's the svara of bizui mitzvah that you have over here. But by Chanukah it applies even after Yom Tov, even after Chanukah, because it's still bizoyin. No sukkah is mutter after Yom Tov. Oh, so that you'd say the chiluk of the Mordechai. That goes Mordechai that no sukkah. It's only a bizoyin because he's miyachid it for sukkahs. But after sukkahs, it's not a bizoyin at all. Mashiach in Chanukah, since he's miyachid it the entire shemen to be finished, so the punk didn't end up being finished. But there, you're going to have a svara of bizoy mitzvah. Now the Torah in Simon Chaf Aleph brings down the sheet of the shiltas that you're not allowed to use tzitzis to do anything with it because it's Huktzeh Lemitzvoso, it's bizoy mitzvah. Just like you find by Kisei Adam bizoy mitzvah. Asks the Torah that the Torah says no, you can disagree with the shiltas. Why? Because it's different. He says one is say not in the case of Kisei Adam, you're not in mechas with your regular, you're doing the mitzvah as a bizoyin. But in the case of using tzitzis for something else, it's not sharing the mitzvah. So therefore, it should be mutter. The bais Yosef is mamish matmiya on the Torah. He says, how did the Torah understand? He says, Tmihani olav. He says, because you learn out from Kisei Dam to other mitzvahs, like the Gemara says, to Ner Chanukah and to Noi Sukkah, etc., etc. So just like over there is a din muktzah, so too by tzitzis is a din muktzah. So to answer the Torah, you have to go each case by itself. The Torah held that there's no din muktzah at all during the week. There's no such thing as muktzah. So he's telling to, let's say, Noi Sukkah, that's on Yom Tiv, like we said. Now chol hamoed, either you could say that's a tzir if it's also Yom Tiv. Now the other question about Ner Chanukah is not Yom Tiv, so why is it aser? Oh, so then you could say, like we're saying, like goes more Ner Chanukah, just like after Yom Tiv is mutter. Why? We're saying because he learned, the Torah learned it's as far in bizui mitzvah. It's not because of the algemein and muktzah. As far as bizui mitzvah. So now I effectively say is a bizui mitzvah by tzitzis as well. No, because no one's just like even Noi Sukkah. Everyone agrees after Yom Tov it's mutter. So Ner Chanukah is different because you find that it's even also after Yom Tov. Why? Because Ner Chanukah was miyuchid to kiloy to finish the entire thing. So it was total. That's considered a bizui mitzvah if you use it for anything else ever. Mashek and tzitzis, no one ever plans on eating. The mitzvah is not to eat the tzitzis. The tzitzis is there, so there's no. It's not the Torah held that's not considered a bizui mitzvah to use it for something else. By Chanukah, which was supposed to be finished for the mitzvah, that's already a svara in bizui mitzvah. Mashek kain tzitzis, lavdafke have a svara in bizui mitzvah. Now adrabah, the way the bais yosef is learning, it's not kashver. Bais yosef he asks like, what do you mean? Everything is Huktzeh Lemitzvoso. So it's aser. He says, what's the difference? You're not allowed to smell a yishana. He brings down the Gemara in sukkah. The truth is, if you say everything is Pashat Huktzeh Lemitzvoso, the Gemara in Sukkah, Daf Lamed Zayin says that esrog is mutter to smell on Sukkah. So there's no Huktzeh Lemitzvoso. Why? Because you only muktzah from eating, not from smelling, because it's not oimid to smell. So you see that. So who said it tzitzis? You are muktzah for something else. You see, if you judge each thing by itself. So at the end of the day, the Torah is not so schwer to say that tzitzis is no din Huktzeh Lemitzvoso. So like we said, he held the muktzah is only on Yom Tiv. I bizui mitzvah. So he held no bizui mitzvah in such a case. Bizui mitzvah is dafka by Ner Chanukah. Now to say it seems from the bais yosef that he held it's shaykh muktzah, even the algemein din muktzah, even not on Yom Tiv, which is very interesting. How do you find such a thing? And the Ramban is matched with such a lashon also. I don't know how it's shaykh such a concept of muktzah. It's not also betiltel. It's also, so it's a different type of muktzah. Tzarich in.